we're just at the beginning of all this, really. There's and I think people talked in the 90s about convergence. You know, somehow there'd be one box in a corner that was everything. Well, of course, that isn't the case. And so many of these tools have allowed people a new role. I mean, podcasting and blogs, I think, have been exhilarating. The internet's built a little bit wrong, to be honest, because it was built by dotty academics who thought that if I wanted to find your stuff, you wanted to find my stuff, we'd go to Google, and Google would help us to be a universal resource locator. But I could never find anybody. You could never find anyone on the internet, only the stuff they've left behind. So it's kind of interesting. Blogs and podcasts have given people a voice, and they've been spectacularly good. And other people out there that are writing blogs just, you know, for their family, of their trip around the world. But there are also people that are writing blogs of, you know, really quite cerebral reflection that tens of thousands of people are reading. It's a publishing revolution, but it's a revolution of voice. And I love the fact that everybody's got in their pockets. I mean, my daughter's just started secondary school teaching, and if I take the total processing power of her primary school, the year she left as an 11-year-old, her telephone exceeds it. There's more power, you know, more storage, more memory, it's faster, it's got a built-in movie camera, it's better. So she's walking around with a complete primary school of technology in her pocket. And typically when kids arrive at school, they're being made to turn the phones off and being confiscated. In the next 30 years, more children leave school around the world than have left school in history total, for example. These are enormous numbers, you know, and they're not all leaving school. And I'll tell you what, the kids aren't all in Scotland. You know, most of them are somewhere else. You know, in the UK as a whole, we've got, I don't know, less than 25,000 schools. China's got 1.17 million schools. So, you know, we're a very small part of all this. But I'll tell you what, we're pretty good at it. And Scotland in particular, Wales, New Zealand, quite interesting, small, confident cultures with stable governments and a history of caring about learning are absolutely leading all this around the world. It's not America, it's not England, it's not France. You know, it might be an Australian state, but it's not Australia. You know, the leaders are small, stable, comfortable with themselves communities. I think there have been moments when technologies unlock the door to people's imaginations. When I've seen you know, teachers say, look, why are we doing it this way? You know, I mean, I can see it's convenient, but I've got 30 children here. They're in a room because they happen to be born between 2 Septembers, which is a slightly strange thing to be doing. Surely we might be able to do this a different way. You know, let's join our children up with children all around the world and see what they might learn about weather or culture or dance. You know, and I think all the significant moments looking back have been about community and communication. I mean, I'm the bloke who's supposed to put the C in ICT. It used to be all those cute posters, get down to it, you know, IT, you know. And I said, no, it's not, there's more to it. It's about communication. And it's not information broadcast technology. It's not information knowledge technology. It's information communication. It's a two-way thing. And all the great moments, back in right at the beginning of the internet, 93, I put a group of primary school children, secondary school children, and scientists and engineers together online. I just stood back to see what happened. And you know, it was electrifying. The kids learnt way more than they were supposed to know about physics. And one of the scientists said to me once, how good an answer should I give? I don't want them to get there too early, you know. And I said, hey, that was then, this is now, you know. If they can understand it, you give it. But the scientists learned from the kids. The scientists learned about history and French and all the things they regretted giving up at school, and this wonderful sort of two-way thing took place. I remember we did a big show in London where we put up their emails, and the challenge was, could you tell which were the children and who were the scientists? And you couldn't. You absolutely couldn't. It was completely symmetrical. What ICT has done is open the door so that you can perform and be excellent in a range of different places. And you know, instead of getting people heading off like lemmings, leaping off every cliff they can find, what that's turned into is people being hugely ambitious for their learning. And sure, learning in different ways. This is an age of personalised learning, but those different ways are all leading to the same place, an ambitious target for learning, which we never had before, never.